Hey guys, um, I tried to um, bring the phone closer to the TV so you could hopefully see a bit better. I don't really have much in the way of a recording setup right now. I was originally actually going to purchase a better computer so I could like record videos and be able to share all that kind of stuff with you guys. But unfortunately, my mom's computer died, so I have to get her a better one first. And what I'll probably do after that is try to invest in a better laptop because mine is like a low end spec one. It's like really low end spec. But so yeah, we're gonna get back to playing the game, and I'm gonna go into a bit of detail about like what the driving force behind this series is, and what I'm hoping people will gain out of it, and just kind of my own general mental state at the moment. So let's go ahead and get back to this. So the um, the idea behind this to start off is actually kind of a callback to the early 2000s when me and my brother would stay up late on the weekends and during the summertime playing video games. He had a PS2 at the time, which I will actually probably end up having to record some of this on my own PS2, depending on whether I can beat this before my sister needs her PS4 back. But so yeah, it's kind of a callback to back in those days, because I was a little kid at the time, and I was able to rebound quicker from unfortunate events in my life than I am today. My ability to cope with unfortunate circumstances has kind of diminished as I've aged, which is an unfortunate byproduct of becoming aware, I suppose. Um, so there's that, and also, sorry, it's hard to concentrate on thinking when I'm also playing. But so yeah, it's kind of a callback to that, and it's also um, honestly, I forgot what I was gonna say here, but uh, it's also just a place for me and the audience to talk and discuss what's going on in our lives, and really just try to vent, when we're not feeling so great. Um, I did not. Um, I know I say a lot. I really got to try to work on that, but I didn't go into detail about what exactly my mental condition was when I first started this because I wanted to try to ease the audience in. I didn't want to go into all the super heavy stuff right away because I wanted it to feel more relaxed, which is kind of ironic considering I have to play this at turbo speed. But um, there I go again. But as far as me personally, um, there I go again. As far as I go personally, my biggest struggle has been depression. And I know there's been a lot of scrutiny about that label over the last however many years, especially online at this point. But I can say with pretty fair certainty at this point, after over a decade, that I am depressed to a fairly um, I don't know, like to a fairly deep degree. Um, there have been times where I've socially isolated for months on end. Um, my general demeanor around people has been very off-putting because I've either been extremely sad or extremely angry, and my temper issues have caused some problems over the years, and it's still an issue that I continue to try to come to terms with today and try to gain better control over. There's I don't know. Um, I don't really script any of this out, so I'm kind of going on the fly here. I'm not like the most quick-witted person, but I have I have attempted to end my life before, and it's something that I've deeply considered many more times than that. And the way things have been going recently, I don't even know what's going on with my general online sphere, because recently things have just been kind of going weird online for me. It started a few months ago when I was in this writing group, and there was a heated discussion going on about J.K. Rowling, which, if you're familiar with the politics of all that, then you pretty much know what I'm talking about. But towards the end of that comment thread, right before it got axed and the group behind it got deleted, um, somebody mentioned a comment to me about my name being associated with an unfortunate history, and to this day I have not been able to figure out what they meant by that. I've 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 been trying to figure it out for months at this point, and I haven't been able to find anything. But I've also noticed that one of my friends from back in the day has now disappeared from my friends list, and they didn't say a word to me about it or nothing. Just, I don't know. I lost a couple of followers here on YouTube, and I think one somewhere else, and I just I don't know what happened. Like, nobody ever confronted me about an issue they were having, and they never talked to me about anything I was doing that might have upset them or pissed them off or anything. So, I mean, I guess I, I don't I don't really know what happened or why. I don't really have I never really had many close friends because I was like the socially awkward kid who, didn't who had a hard time getting along with other people, and part of that was on me. I mean, it's not like I'm trying to blame anybody or anything here, but that was just a thing that happened in my life, and most of the friends that I had during the early 2000s were really my brother's friends. We used to just hang out and play video games, occasionally go out and get some snacks or something to eat. But I had a hard time making friends of my own because I was just socially awkward and I didn't really know how to interact with other people. At least not other people my own age. So, we're almost at the next save point here, so I'll be able to wrap this up soon. But yeah, I've had some. I've had, you know, mental struggles over the course of my life for a variety of reasons. One of the worst days I ever had, I remember this vividly. I was about 10 or 11 years old. And this was the first time I really had a good friend die on me. She was a family friend at the time. Um, like we knew her and her kids, and we'd known her for years at this point. But she passed away when I was a kid, and and that day I'd actually come down with a high grade fever, so I was feeling awful. Like my whole body felt fatigued and I was low energy. But I had to go to her wake that day because that was the only time I was going to be able to see her. Uh, you know, but before she was buried, and that was like one of my first real experiences with having a friend die, and it wasn't the last either. I had a couple close friends die before I turned 18. Another was the second one was actually someone I performed in a play with when I was about 7, and and we were my mom was good friends with him for the next 7 years after that until he died when I was 14. Um, at the beginning of 2012, before I even made this YouTube channel or anything. I didn't even really make this YouTube channel. It was something my stepdad at the time set up for me, and I just started using it and recording as I felt, as I felt like uploading, and that was really that was how things played out. And my content was inconsistent for the longest time, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do because it seemed there were a lot of things that I could do. I just wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. And now I have a bit more of a focus on what I want to actually upload here, with this series being one of the things I want to upload. And I also just want it to be a place where people can chill out and talk and discuss their lives and hopefully find something helpful or meaningful in it. So I'm gonna go ahead and save here and call it good on this. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next part.